It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Another run here with Dobbins. And he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but that's about it. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
You look at this Steeler defense.
They're currently 6th in the NFL in defending the run.
They've established themselves as a top 10 run-stopping unit in the NFL here in the early going. All signs point to me towards them continuing that throughout the season. They look pretty good, pretty darn cohesive to me.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Cameron Sutton, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
To the right side and complete to Washington. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
It's brought in by Harris. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up second down.
The Steelers at 2-0 here to begin the season. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On play action, Fields.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Washington. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
And the opening drive that continues, Charles, to be all pass, and it's working. Now they're on the doorstep of a touchdown here, first and goal.
Brandon, because it's working so well, I think the entire playbook is open for them right now. Do you want to run it? Do you want to continue to throw it? Spin the dial. Make your choice.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Elijah Molden. And the Chargers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
The Charger drive about to get going.
They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. This defense for the Steelers, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Short throw underneath to Hurst. A gain of 8 there on the play, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. From the gun, Herbert on third down. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. So he stopped for no gain. And that'll bring up fourth down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They snap it to Herbert. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A very solid gain of 27.
That's how you shake off the interception he threw in the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Fields now to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Wilson. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. To throw is Fields. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Wilson. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
But he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Najee Harris, well built for work down here near the end zone. That's a nice job there to hold him up, but I doubt we've seen the last of him on this drive.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, Fields. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Chargers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Finding space at the 40. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Here's Herbert. That one complete to McConkey. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. We're scoreless after 1. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. A handoff running left is Dobbins.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Back to throw here, Herbert.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception.
Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers are going to take over here up near the 40.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now Fields. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert.
He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. They'll get it inside the 20.
And down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
They'll run with Dobbins.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets them down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
Dobbins once more, but he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
From back at the 3 now, this is 3rd and goal.
Dobbins.
And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. And for the extra point, Cameron Dicker. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And not willing to risk a return, this ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First catch so far by Pickens. It's good for a first down.
Pickens is coming off a season where he eclipsed the 1,000-yard mark for the first time in his career and averaged a league-leading 18.1 yards per reception. He is truly a budding superstar, and the Steelers are going to continue to find ways to get him the ball.
Pickens pulls it in. What a play. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off play action, Fields. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
A shotgun snap, Fields. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Now, the offense, they'd really not been able to mount anything yet on that drive, and the defense made sure they couldn't mount anything. The interception and the return adding 6 to the scoreboard.
And that's no small return for a linebacker, partner. He took matters into his own hands and his legs on that pick. And once he had it, I don't think anyone on the field could have stopped him.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Fresh off of 6 the other way, it's Herbert. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you meant to the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
He will push his way down to about the 14. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. 2nd down and 8. A play fake, now Fields to throw. And that ball is caught by Washington. Touchdown Steelers. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point now by Boswell. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now it's Herbert. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. It's taken in by Quentin Johnston. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Herbert now. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Dante Jackson picks it.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Herbert. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
A shotgun snap for Herbert.
He's got the hook up downfield to McConkey.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Here's Herbert. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Joey Porter Jr.
And the Steelers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back early in the game when he threw a 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
That's caught downfield by Pickens.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the 3rd quarter.
Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offense.
And that's caught inside the 30. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 56 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Back to throw. Fields finding Pickens for another catch.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down.
Corners are known for their ability to cover, but those that'll stick their nose in against the running game, that's a bonus for any team. And what a nice play right there, tackling him for a loss.
Fields hit and the ball is loose. And picked up by the Chargers. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Well, CD, that's one of those plays you put a mark by. I mean, that could be a big momentum swing here on the opening. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now Fields on 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Boswell's kick is good, and they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
The Charger drive about to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through the...
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Here's Fields.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone. But the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
Second and 10. From the gun, here's Fields. They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. So the completion good for just 3. And it's second down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. On play action, Fields sliding out of the pocket.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just in.
The 20. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on second down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
Now they fake the jet sweep there and a run instead with Harris. And he will have a Steelers first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL and picking up first downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on 1st and 2nd down, because that leaves them 3rd and short, 3rd and manageable. A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it?
Deion Henley there on the tackle.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Najee Harris,
a 12-yard touchdown run, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point put through by Boswell, and the lead is now 24. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
and not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A big play that time on the catch and run. And the Chargers are going to get themselves a fresh set of downs here. Here's Herbert.
Throw over the middle, and it's caught by Johnston.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Herbert off of play action. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 20-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. To the air again, Herbert. That's the tight end, Hurst, with it. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Second down and a yard. A shotgun snap and again to Dobbins. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to first and goal.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Second down and goal. Herbert to the goal line, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now Herbert, third and goal. Touchdown, Chargers. Ladd McConkey, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Herbert and the Chargers staying put. They'll line up and go for 2.
Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Extra point try now from Dicker.
It's up and good, and that'll make our score 31-14 now.
Steelers 31, Chargers 14.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And all in all,
Good return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
It's a gain of 16 yards.
To throw is Fields. Flush to his right. This one deep for Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Charger drive about to get going. The interception was a good starting point, but still a huge hill to climb with his 3-score deficit and time fading. That is taken in by Hurst. And he will finally be escorted out of bounds down inside the 35. A big play there for L.A. 49 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Number 7 usually lucky here. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. And they're going to him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Got an open man. It's Pickens. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Fields now to throw. That is caught. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. A play fake. Now Fields to throw. Here's one deep for Pickens. And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incomplete.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the 50, here's Herbert. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Boswell for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And just shedding him off there. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Charger drive about to get going. And that last pick 6 may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the 4th quarter. They need points quickly. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Herbert. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The Chargers on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and forever. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. 4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he stopped immediately there. Joey Bosa in on the stop.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Here we go.
And they'll indeed take a knee. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th. but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Steelers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead.
Take it all the way. All right, fellas. One more time. Hey, keep up with our attack. That defense is chance. Let's go right now. Here we go.
Off play action, Fields. That's swung out wide to Harris. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that'll make it second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Here we go, son.
Harris running straight ahead. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 49 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. The Steelers send out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Short throw underneath to Hurst, and he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they could pick up the fumble or get the interception. And we saw it pay off in this one here.
Yeah, 5 times. They'll remember this one. So for Pittsburgh, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they'll fall to 1-2. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.